We arrived in Victoria after 32 days at sea. It was so nice once again to see land. The air was warm and we could really dry off. We spent a couple of days in Victoria unloading fish, shopping, and catching up with friends and family. We did a big grocery shopping run, and once we were sure that all of the fish were unloaded and that we had all we needed, we took off once again. I'm just about to take my last few footsteps on land for about a month. Here we go. Here we go, a month at sea. It's 2 in the morning. I'm pretty tired, and I think I'll be tired tomorrow. I hope it goes well. We knew this trip would be a long one, but we had no idea it would end up being 50 days, which is a record for this boat. We headed south down to Port Angeles where we stocked up on fuel. That took a while. Like I said before, I was learning new things every day, like what a pipe wrench was. We headed southwest down into American waters this time. We were all in good spirits, especially when we ran into our boat friend Tom on the Strider King. Throughout the season, even in the boatyard at the start, and many times throughout the season, we would cross paths with him. We would often do these boat exchanges, I suppose. So if we had something on our boat that he needed, or vice versa, you put it in a little garbage bag, make sure it will float, and have some pike poles ready at the other end. It was August by now, and we were really hoping that the numbers of tuna would increase. So we waited and waited. Again, it was a funny season, so we never saw them. It's our third day of our third trip, and we've gone fairly far west. And yesterday especially, I was feeling scared. What will happen after this season is over. I'm also scared that I'm not the best deckhand, but I just have to live with that and push through that. And I'm still really loving it. It's blowing about 20 knots right now, and I think the wind is going to get stronger as the days progress. I continue to try my best in the freezer, not stacking fish, but making sure they were ready to be properly stacked by the guys. I could have maybe played with more Lego as a child. A lot of my freezer work was done in the morning, so to come up and have breakfast ready and a warm cup of coffee with the sun rising, it was just heaven. Quite the contrast to what was down below. We all took turns cooking, and I would pay close attention to what spices the guys were using. I tried so many times to make cinnamon buns and seemed to run into different problems each time. The dolphins returned, and with such friendly enthusiasm, so they would always lift our spirits. Actually, no, that is a lie, because sometimes they would chase away the tuna, so mixed emotions around dolphins. this trip was proving to be another slow trip for tuna numbers, so I would sing at the back of the deck and we all tried our own thing to get the numbers off. Merrick shaved a 2-year-old beard and Garrett, the brave one, tried eating a tuna heart.
This is for good luck. This is the heart out of this little guy. Hopefully it brings more tuna to the boat.
The captain tried some push-ups. Throughout the season, I realized that it was truly my mind that was my own worst critic. Every time that we would go into port to deliver fish, I felt on edge or nervous that I would be asked to leave or that I would be fired. I thought I was too slow, I wasn't picking things up fast enough, and one day I just asked the skipper if he had ever fired somebody or if I was close to being fired, and he said that I had nothing to worry about, that it was okay, and my heart rested. That's huge. Okay.
Look at this thing, it's huge.
That's a big one. My days revolved around meal times and whether or not the bell was going off. Every now and then exciting things would happen, like, oh look, we caught a shark. And I loved to practice baking. Because of the slow tuna numbers, we started to think that this might be our last trip, and I started to feel like, yeah, I made it. I'm a fisherman. And although it was a rough season, my confidence began to grow bit by bit. Tuna fishing is funny in that it is apparently one of the easier fisheries, and quite often we would just be waiting on the back deck for tuna to start biting, but yet there didn't seem to be a huge amount of downtime. We were always sort of on edge, just waiting. So to be able to have moments to grab a camera and snap pictures or photos, videos of dolphins, it was always a treat too. As the days got shorter, we had more time to do things like listen to audiobooks, watch some movies, catch up on sleep. Up and had a watch, so scared for about 2.5 hours. And then I had another 2.5 hours of sleep. And I'm tired today. We've been getting more sleep because daylight is much right now. And making lunch. I'm just heating up leftovers that are rolling around in the oven right now. And it's a slow day, but sunny outside. Stay tuned for part 2 as we travel through the last trip of the season.